welcome back to my channel. I'm going to share another Flower Craft Fest make today. The ladies who were doing the collaboration put their makeup for Friday the 8th of August, and it was a flower box prompt, so I'm going to do my take on that prompt, and I'm using this stamp set that was a free gift in the Creative Stamping issue 149, and it was the stamps and by Chloe, and I'm going to use a birthday bouquet just for you sentiment that was also in the set. And we got some papers as well, so those are the papers that I'm going to be using, and these are some of the flowers that I've made. What I've done with them is just stamped onto the paper and embossed it in white embossing powder. So as I say, I've used some of the papers, and then I've stamped the leaves as well. I've coloured them in with my marker pens, and where there was some little round bead type things, I've put some of my crystals on. And then there was some swirly leaf stamps which I've stamped onto vellum and heat embossed it in silver, and then I've gone over it with some Chloe's glitter. And the glitter I used for that was, I should have had this out ready to show you. So the glitter I used for it was a Sparkalicious glitter, and it's Stardust Green. So that is how it looks on my vellum. I love this glitter. I love that colour for leaves. It's really nice. So let me just pop that away. So there are my little elements and things. I did a card before, and I stamped the bird on it as well, so that might get on the box, and that I stamped just in tuxedo black ink again onto some of the papers that we could download. So let's get on and do this box. Now I've got a piece of white card, and it measures 11.5 by 6.5, and we just need to do some scoring. So along the 11.5 side, we're going to score at 8.5, score at half an inch, not 8.5. So we're going to score at half an inch, 3.25 of an inch, 6 inches, and 8.75. And then we're going to turn it so that the half inch is at the top, and we're going to score down 3.25 inches past the first score line, past the second, past the third, and stop at the fourth. So that's 3.25 inches past the first score line, past the second score line, past the third score line, and stop at the fourth score line. Don't go any further than that. So that we've got the half inch score, the 3.25, the 6, and the 8.75, and just our score line just up to there. So then we need to do some burnishing. I hope you've been going across to the other ladies, to the ladies that are doing this collaboration. I did share details, and I'll do it again in my other videos. I'll leave the links to all theirs, but I've enjoyed joining along with them. It's been really good. So I've got some They've been doing some lovely cards. Right, so let's do some cutting. So we've got our burnishing. So we need, first of all, along the score line on your 1/2 inch tab, you just need to cut that away. So there, so that's the 1/2 inch tab, and we're just going to put a little wedge out of there, and that is going to be our tab for when we put the box together like that. So then we need to, the 4th score line, you need to cut down there up to your 3 1/4 inch score line. So you're just cutting it down to that score line, and then you're going to cut all that away. So, and cut the score line away. Just need to tidy that edge. Right, cut the score line around that one. That's it. So that is what you should be left with. So leave that there a minute until you get that. So that is going to be our box for the flowers. We now need to make some braces so we can stick our flowers onto it. So for the braces for the box, we need 3 strips that measure 3 3/4 by 1/2 inch, and then we're going to score them at 1/2 inch on both sides. So that's 1/2 inch on that one and 1/2 inch on the last one. There we are. Get that out of the way. So they are the braces for our box. So we need to burnish them, just fold them 1/2 inch score lines over, and then we need to put them on our box, so that we need them to go in here for our flowers. So I'm going to put my first one, I'll just give a mark. Where's my pencil? Just pop a mark where I'm going to put that first one. So I want to put some glue on here, and I'm just going to pop it on there. That's it. So the next one, I'm going to put that, and I'm going to butt it up to there. That, and then the third one is on there. So again, we've butted it up there. So there you have all those. So then what we're going to do is, on those other 1/2 inch tabs, we're going to lay them down so that we've got each of. I am really sorry, I thought I'd put my phone charger in and I had, but I hadn't switched the switch on, so it ran out of charge, so I do apologise. But as you can see, I've stuck those, we folded it over, I was gluing there, we folded it over and we've stuck them onto the side. And I've also stuck the 1/2" tab on the back, because we're going to cover that over and you won't see it in there, although I'm going to put some a backing in there as well. So the next thing is to do the mats and layers on the front. So I've got some silver mirror card which measures 2.5 by 3, and then the paper which measures 2.25 by 2 3/4, and they're going to go on there, and I'm putting them on all 3 sides. And I'm going to use, because I'm using mirror card, I'm going to use my double-sided tape. I find this adheres better than glue. So I'm going to get these mats and layers on, and then I'll come back when I've got them on and show you how it looks. So that's my mats and layers on there. Now I've got some more mirror card. So I've got 2 pieces which measure 6.25 by 2.5, and I've got a piece of the paper which is 6 by 2.25, and a piece of card that measures the same, 2.25 by 6. Now the paper and the mirror card I'm going to slot into there, but the silver card and the white is going to go on the back, because this is where I'm going to write my message. So let's get these stuck down. I wonder if you have been joining along and sharing your makes with the ladies that are doing this collaboration. I know Jenny at Ginger Ninja Crafts is also doing what I'm doing as well, and sharing, just following what the ladies are doing and sharing our makes. So if you do, I know they would love to see for you to join in and share your makes as well. Monica, Crafting with Quilling Lady, on her first one, on the first flower card, she left in her description details of what the prompts are. So if you could have a look, and if there's one that you would like to do it, and then pop it out once the ladies have put their makes on. Share your make after that day, and hashtag, use the hashtag flowercraftfest, and they can see what you make. So I'm going to pop that into there, and that just makes that, let me just need to concentrate. I can't talk and concentrate. Oh dear. There we go. So that's on there. I'm not going to do that yet. I'll do that when I put my message on. But as I say, that is where that is going to go, so it hides the tab that you've created. So all I need to do now is start popping my flowers around. As I said, I've put some of them on acetate, and I won't need that length of acetate on all of them, so I'll just cut it down where I need to. Put the tape on, my sticky tape, and then just glue, just cut the rest where I don't need. And don't forget, you can just stick things on the box as well. Everything doesn't have to be on acetate, you can stick them around. So I'm going to spend some time getting all the flowers on, and when I've got them done I'll come back. So here is the finished flower box. I've stuck the bird on with some foam tape, and then I've stuck some flowers on the front and then put some on acetate down the side. If I was to do it again, I think I'd bring my braces a little bit forward. I just think there's a bit too much gap there, so I'd maybe either put another one in or bring them forward a bit, but I'm happy with that. I've put my sentiment, a birthday bouquet just for you, on the front, and I've put that on the back, and I've done another flower and just put a gem in there, and that's where I'll write my message. But it'll fold to go into an envelope, and as I say, you may have to make your own envelope, or it's 5.5 by 6.5. I suppose it could go into a 7 by 7 envelope. So as I say, I'm very happy with that. Don't forget to visit the ladies' channels and follow their collaboration. I'll leave all the details in the description below, together with the measurements for this make. So I'll leave it there. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.